Once we have done what seems to be the easy thing, we move to a slightly more elaborated and profound step of communication in high-risk environment. Sometimes we include positive reinforce in this feedback part, this effective feedback, and it should be so. But from a learning point of view, let's take it separately, but use it together. Yeah, the feedback or that communication that make us see our performance from another perspective should be transmitted as a gift. And yes, we always want to receive a gift. That should be achieved with a good feedback conversation. But as with the gift, try to do it for the benefit of the other person and ensure the shot to hit. And there are 3 layers. Let's see. The dangerous layer, the one of identity. The second one is the capacity layer, that is a little bit unstable. And the third one, the layer we want, the behaviors. You must focus and recognize the behaviors of others. And the behaviors can be recorded and seen by everyone. If I see, for example, that someone is not wearing the seatbelt, that is a behavior. I would have to talk him about the facts. Hey, man, I saw that you are driving without the seatbelt. That is a behavior. It's another thing to say, you don't know how to drive, or even you are crazy at the wheel. Okay, you understand? So ask for permission when you give feedback, and give it frequently and the closest you can to the observed behavior. As you will see, the step or the clues or the tips we are giving in this part of feedback are sometimes kind of similar to the positive reinforce, but now let's emphasize the following. First of all, take care about the context. That is really important. Either the place or the moment, intention, yours and from the other, or the mood, or the mood from both of us, are very important. A good context is necessary to create the condition for a good feedback. It is also very important to point out the areas for improvement, or deltas, and but also the things that have been done well are important to point them out, the pluses, we call the pluses. For that, we have worked positive reinforcement. Just like that, reinforcement, try in the reinforcement part, trying to be specific and talking about behaviors. This is key for learning. If we leave a vague or general comment, who tried too hard may feel little recognized, and who did not, things not apply for him or her. And above all, it is in this case where we may need a change of behavior. We must know the reason for changing. Understanding the positive and negative impact of our actions, the consequences, has a great power when it comes to change or fixing a behavior. Let's see a proposal structure. Yeah. In a feedback conversation, if we are referring to some work or meeting or whenever, it is that we have finished it and we have not had to correct. We can start then with a satisfactory overview. Yeah, start with a satisfactory overview, because what is done is already done. From there, and using our language, not to seem forced, we could use an alternate structure with pluses and deltas, or congratulations or suggestions to change, always in a justified way. Here we have these pluses, and also, as I told you, the deltas. This part of the change suggestion is very important, is key. Oriented the feedback to the future, since what is done is already done, as I told you, is essential to improve things always for the future. Finally, remember to thank the time, and as advised, let's try to avoid a very strong counterposition of ideas without using the words but or maybe however, because we would lose part of this message.